Let's go ahead and install our front bumper cover, located right here on the front of your vehicle. We're going to go ahead and use our 10mm wrench, go ahead and loosen and disconnect our ground on our battery. Spin that off and set that aside. When you use our trim tool, and we'll go underneath our hood here, there's going to be a series of plastic push pins on the top of our radiator support. Now, our particular vehicle seems to be missing a whole bunch of these clips, as well as our upper air intake tube right here. Now, what you want to do is go ahead and remove your clips here, remove the air intake tube, and set that aside. Using your trim tool, go ahead and pop up the center of these buttons. Good to remove these clips. Once we get those out, just go ahead and set those aside. Go ahead and lift up and remove this unit. Put that aside. On the top of the grill here, you have two 8mm bolts going into the upper support. Loosen and remove these bolts. I'm going to go ahead and remove two Phillips head screws. There's one vertical here, one going into the front here. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, loosen and remove these screws. We're going to repeat this process for the passenger side. Now for this here, we did remove our wheels. It just made it that much easier for us. It's not necessary for you to do that, but trust me, it does make it easier to get in to your hardware. Across the lower lip of your front bumper, there's a series of plastic push pins. Just go ahead and use your trim tool. We need to go ahead and remove these. Starting at the edge of your bumper, doesn't matter driver or passenger side, go ahead and grab the lip here, pull outward. What you're doing is disconnecting the bumper from the locking trim inside. Pull out towards you, towards the front. And this will start to disconnect all the way around. It's going to unlock from underneath your headlight assembly. As you pull this out, you're going to look down behind. If your vehicle is equipped with fog lights, you're going to have a connector down there you want to disconnect. Simply reach down, press on the tab, and pull that connector off. As you continue to pull the bumper off around the front with the grill, you're going to have the passenger side fog light to disconnect as well. Now that we have the fog lights disconnected, you can remove the bumper and the grill in one fell swoop. Using a trim tool, you want to go ahead and pop out your fog light ports here. It's going to allow you to gain access to the hardware in here, holding your fog light in place. You can use a Phillips head screwdriver. Go ahead and remove these pieces of hardware, and then we'll remove our fog light. Now our brackets, you can use a Phillips head screwdriver to go ahead and remove the two bolts securing the fog light, or you can use an 8mm socket. Good, pull that out and repeat for the other side. Now, if your vehicle is equipped with a front license plate bracket, you're going to start by removing your license plate, of course, removing your bolts there. Behind there are going to be two Phillips head screws. Use your Phillips head screwdriver, loosen and remove both of these. Once those are both loose, on the bottom side, you're gonna locate two 10mm bolts. Don't lose this hardware, as you're gonna reuse it on the installation of your new bumper. On the back side of your bumper, you're gonna locate 4 Phillips head screws. There's one here, and there's gonna be 2 on the other side of the bumper. Let's go ahead and loosen and remove all 4 of these. Now the bumper itself has this lower fascia right here, and there's little plastic retainers here. You can use your trim tool and gently just press this between the little tabs. Repeat on the other side. And we're gonna continue to work the grill components off. So you can use your trim tool. Just work your way around. Just going to continue this all the way through. Now, in order to go ahead and remove our upper grill section, there are going to be mounting tabs on the top. Go ahead and use your pry tool and just gently lift upward and push the grill from the front backward, and you're going to disconnect these tabs. Continue to do this throughout all of the upper tabs, applying light pressure back towards you. Until we're all popped out, and remove your grill. Okay, and install our lower portion of our bumper first. What we're gonna do is clip in our little clips on the side here. And then we're gonna install our 4 Phillips head screws. Just gonna get these started first. Now that we have all 4 of these screws installed, let's go ahead and snug those down. Once those screws are bottomed out, you're pretty much done. You don't want to over tighten them because you're just attaching plastic to plastic. Go ahead and install your grill. You're going to line this up. Just gently pressing these down and into place. Getting the lock tabs to snap in. Work our way all the way down. Check all of your clips, make sure the grill is set in and ours is locked in. Let's go ahead and flip this over and continue on the front. You're gonna line up your license plate bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and get the 2 lower bolts just started here. Once we have those started, let's go ahead and install the 2 upper Phillips head screws. Go ahead and snug these 2 screws down. Once we have these tight, we'll go ahead and proceed to the bottom two. And we'll go ahead and snug those down. Go ahead and install your front plate. Installing your fog light, you want to go ahead and install the 2 tabs into the notches inside the bumper. Drop it into place. Go ahead and install your 2 8mm bolts right here. Once those 2 bolts are secured, go ahead and line up your little trim piece here. Snap that in. Go ahead and repeat for the other side. Let's go ahead and line up our plastic push pins through our bumper here. Push these up into our grille assembly. Put our lock button in. Let's just continue across the whole portion of the grille. I'm going to reach behind here, line up your fog light connectors. Go ahead and press those and clip it on. Go ahead and repeat for the other side. Now what I want to do is go ahead and bring up our bumper assembly. I'm going to line up our bumper here on the side. Get the bumper inserted in underneath our headlight assembly. As we're doing that on the driver's side, I want to do the same on the passenger side. And get our bumper lined up over here. Just going to repeat this process for the passenger side. You can install your bolts on the top here. They're 10mm bolts. We just happen to source a couple new ones. Not going to tighten them down. We just want to get these lined up. And get those threaded down. Just going to install our screw up here. And snug that in. Going to install our lower screw right here. Once we have that snug, let's go ahead and repeat for the other side. Let's go ahead and install the upper radiator cover here. Let's go ahead and get our buttons put in. Going to install our buttons and just continue this process all the way across the top. We're able to source our air intake tube here. Get that pressed into place. Let's go ahead and install these 2 buttons. Go ahead and grab your ground terminal. Go ahead and connect that. I'm going to go ahead and tighten down our nut here. Once that's snug, you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.